Xauusd will share their perspective on the future direction of Xauusd, and we were right, and the direction played as expected after we had an ascending trend line with a psychological property where we have demand floor, demand floor, demand floor, break of the demand floor, retest one, awaiting retest two, and price played significantly well in expected areas, and from the previous high which we had in the price in the zone of 2,758 into 56, price made a descending structure, and on the descending structure we connect the two highs of the descending structure to get a descending trend line where we have a breakout of structure. By Friday, price broke out from the descending structure and retested. On that retest, based on the principles, we expect a retest, and the price came down on Monday 28th to retest a broken supply roof now as a demand, setting up a new buy rally for SAU USD. On that note, everything was ready that buying potential was kicking in, and it didn't waste time. Price did what it's supposed to do, and if we connect here, we had another break and retest from Wednesday 23, resistance structure, break of a resistance structure, retest, 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 break of a support structure. Price came down to area of value where it got liquidity. From the area of value where it got liquidity, it got a push, and that push came up, broke the resistance structure to return price on demand. And price return Monday on demand test one, but return on demand test two, but, and it will be a critical point. So let's extend it because price might still come back to it. So if price comes back to it at that level, we still want to do what we are doing. So let's put a little zone to it, and we expect price to play into that box. So if price plays into that box, it will be a potential buy opportunity based on the price action. So we will be waiting for SAU USD temporarily on that in that direction. And if we extend this down, we'll see the reaction where we have the first support level, second support level, third support level, and price have left. And if you look at it on a broader note, you will see the floor has been fulfilled on multiple times. We have a fulfilled floor with unfulfilled roof. Look at the floor, which I assign a black color to, has been fulfilled. Demand one, demand two, demand three. So for every time price has touched this floor, it's a potential buy opportunity. So if price decides to move up to complete the roof, it makes a decent sense that we have a fulfilled roof like we have a fulfilled floor. So what we see here happening is price is setting itself up. It's setting itself up for a big swing, and it was spot on yesterday when we used a strategy to see that price was going to retest a previous all-time high, and we were very specific in the Asian section that liquidity came. The Asian section have strong volatile movement on SAU USD due to the the strength and the buying potential of Asians for the metals, for many purposes, for your jewelry industry, for the precision industry, and for accumulation of wealth. And price did not disappoint on that note. So we have all the layers intact, and we'll be changing this color to blue. Now we have another structure. If you see this uptrend, in this downtrend where price making its way down, you see a rejection at this level. This rejection is a resistance level. A break of a resistance level, you will see a retest to it, and price swinged, hoping to escape before meeting a supply roof. Supply roof, a previous what? Demand floor. Broken demand floor becomes supply roof, RT1, that is retest 1. So this is the first retest to the breakout of this structure. So we have to still put it down, RT. That is the first retest to the breakout of the structure. So let's see if that's the first retest candle to the breakout of that structure. So this is RT1 and as well as supply roof. So let's get it this way. And price never came back to this level. And we are expecting that here will be the next supply retest zone. We expect price to return like it did in the past. So this is also a potential supply roof on the card. It's a potential supply roof on the card. And we have another break of structure which was spotted on 30 minutes. We have here support structure, break of a support structure, retest 1. At this level, we have double confluence. We have double confluence. We have an ascending trend line meet a descending trend line, and you see price dropped instantly. And we kept this black line as a critical line to watch. It's an ascending line. A previous demand floor becomes a supply roof. So when price returned Friday close of market last week, it came to the supply roof and dropped based on the strategy, based on the structure. This is a supply roof. After a breakout from a demand floor, it becomes a supply roof 1, supply roof 2. So we also check as RT. This is also RT. This is RT. RT is supply roof. And when price return after picking liquidity from the blue line, you can see the blue ascending trend line. We have a structure here, a resistance structure, break of a resistance structure. Retest 1, retest 2. Let's put the retest so we can see it. So price switched. These are retest. This is a second retest, making it a demand floor. And as a demand floor, it brings liquidity buy. So tap again into the demand floor, but these are all retests to that structure. They are all retests and also a demand floor. Break of a demand floor on technical should be a supply roof. The price came to the area of liquidity where there is liquid for buy. You can see first touch, second touch, third touch. On technical, this is an ascending trend line, also a demand floor. Price could not escape the demand floor. If we escape this demand floor, as and when price came here, we would have turned the demand floor to a supply roof. So this is the new structure. But we didn't escape. So that shows that buyers are still very much intact of price. And they pushed price up with that strength and broke the descending trend line. A descending trend line, a previous supply roof, sell 1, sell 2, sell 3. Price broke the structure, came on retest on Monday, break and retest of a descending trend line. It's very critical. A lot of people are not going to see it and they will not understand it in this direction. But price return here was on double confluence. The blue ascending trend line acting as a demand floor, meeting a descending trend line. You can see the descending trend line still on demand floor. It's on demand floor because it was a previous supply roof that was broken. Look at the roof, touch, touch. A break of the roof becomes on demand. So this becomes a critical point for buy. Price now set itself up for buy. It's on demand floor on two phase, on an ascending trend line and on a descending trend line. You can see the descending trend line. Look at the ascending trend line. So price came again, and we expect it. If it makes its way back here, we might have some price action at that level. We might have some price action at that level. We might have it at that level. So if price comes here, it might respect it, maybe on a double confluence. We have another descending trend line, a breakout from a descending trend line, retest, and the price has gone up to test the current all-time high in the zone of 2,756.81. So while buyers are still awaiting economic data, price is setting up a W on 30 minutes time frame, and price is playing on the roof. A broken supply roof is now a demand floor. Ladies and gentlemen, there is switching bias from supply to demand after the break of structure. After a break of structure and a successful test, price is changing. Let's take this out. This makes a chart look messy. So you can see, look at the switch. So it's on demand. The break of structure, you can see break of a supply roof becomes a demand floor. So on this note, price is testing the upper layer, and you can see our previous all-time high was tested, and I expect that zone to be broken to establish a new all-time high. We predicted and we saw the movement in Asian section, the speed with which price was coming. The gold buying was very massive in the Asian session. They brought a sweep liquidity, and that volatility broke structure, broke supply roof to retest the current all-time high. And what we expect here is that if London section, or maybe possibly some economic data which is going to hinder the greenback comes in, we will see price break this level again, then push price into the ascending trend line. On the ascending trend line, we have a very strong resistance structure at that level. You can see the resistance structure. So if we push our way to this level, this will be the next potential sell, 2,767 into 2,770. Yes, 2,768 into 2,770. So this is the next. So what we see here is a price might pull out without looking back. Then, but if you check on a lower time frame, you will see a pullback. If price pulls out from 58 level, then go up to test 2,770. And if 2,770, if we drop down to retest the broken supply roof as a demand floor, that might trigger a new wave of buy. A new wave of buy will ultimately bring gold to 2,800 level. So this is very clear, and we will explain it in detail why this is also possible. This is possible because gold buying, gold selling happens layer by layer, structure by structure. It's well calibrated. Yes, over the time we've been able to picture the gold market as a well calibrated market. The market is well calibrated. So what I mean is that everything, every buy, every sell position, they already know. The market makers already know. And while we speak, we see that bullish move. Price jump from 52 to 55, and it's heading into 760. Yes, based on the structure we have. Based on the structure, we have another structure. We have another small structure, which we must watch to see if it will break the previous all-time high by a few pips. And let's change the color to red. So let's see what it does. Let's see what this red line does. Let's see what it does from here. Price might tap into it. Price might tap into this level, might tap into it, into 2760. Yes, and maybe possibly still drop or break and close above this level. This is a 30-minute price action. Now we have 58, 56, 56, 57, 58, 58. So let's see what price does from here. But whatever he wants to do, the next place I will advise you wait for price is 2770, and a break above 2770 returns price on demand. This is a demand floor. This is a demand floor. Now price is on supply. Gold needs to pull out from the supply roof to demand floor. So if it pulls out from here, it returns price toward demand floor. So if price comes here, it's on demand, and on demand is a push from 2770. We'll now see a new thrust into a new all-time high. So look at this zone. This zone will create a new all-time high for gold. This zone will create a new all-time high for zone. The space. This is the space. So we can look at the distance of travel and keep our bias on what she will do next. And this is what we'll see from the next price movement. This is what we'll see for SAU USD. So it was spot on, and that was a nice one.